I wish I had a Coke. I saw this science experiment once where they put a Coke in they put a tooth in Coke, and over a period of a couple weeks or days, maybe it was just one day, they found that it just completely fell apart. It just disappeared. I guess that could happen with a full set of teeth. If we sat around with a mouthful of Coca-Cola day and night. I wonder how that would happen. The teeth coming out? Like, would you swallow them and then would they, like, come back in somehow? God, am I stupid. What am I supposed to do? I thought that by now I would at least have some sort of extra work, something. I met this girl, Sherry, at the lunch counter. I thought she was pretty weird, but she came out to be nice, and she said that one way to break into the movies is to have a videotape of yourself made. Problem is, it costs. I was thinking maybe I could find somebody who had one of those video cameras that you use at home.
How's that feeling?
That felt better, yeah. It feels like it's getting more.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
waiting for.
The object here is to let each, because
none of this stuff ever repeats verbatim.
No, yeah.
And that's the great advantage, is because that means in each run feeds the further development of the monologue, which unfortunately is not the way that most actors deal with it.
what they'll do
They
is
want to
they'll
get
say-
it ready and
they'll
be
say
done
that,
with
they'll
it.
say, I like that in that last one, so I'll do that, but then
They keep narrowing it down. They try to edit down to the good stuff, and that's not, you edit down to something that's very
Simple.
but not simple good.
it just loses all the chaos,
Yeah.
it loses all the spontaneity, it loses everything that makes it look like a human being.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this way we're kind of going in the opposite direction.
There's bound to be maybe still a little bit of confusion about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about understanding it. You were there. Okay, it's on board, you know. Mentally just ask for it.
In terms of further rehearsal, I'd say look at it on the character side.
Okay.
So do you feel like there's been a progression to this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the best way to think about that is, do you feel like at this end of the coaching, you know, or where we are right now, do you feel like you've got more than you started with?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gradually growing.
Yeah.
You've been taking direction really quite well. That opens us up for, you know, stretching it into the character area. First thing we want to do is just go back and get a run.
A reset.
And see where we are, you know, today. It's not so much important with this to be operating at the same level as we were at the end of the first session. It's really just more a question of taking a core sample and saying, where are we today?
Yeah. I wish I had a Coke. You know, I saw this science experiment once where they put this tooth in Coke, and over a period of a few days or weeks or, well, I guess it was just one day, but anyway, it completely fell apart. Just disappeared. I guess that could happen with a whole set of teeth if we were to sit around with a mouthful of Coca-Cola day and night. I wonder how that would work, though. The teeth coming out, like, would you swallow and then would they come back in somehow? Stupid. What am I supposed to do? I thought by now I would at least have some kind of extra work or something. I met this girl, Sherry, at the lunch counter, and she told me that one way to break into movies is to have a videotape of yourself made. But the problem is it costs. Maybe I could find somebody with one of those video cameras you use at home?
When she's going through the whole thing with the tooth and the Coca-Cola, so she's got to kind of grind her way through it to try and get there. So there's frustration going along with that. It's like, and then all of a sudden she just hits the intellectual wall. The more beat up that Etta gets, the meaner she gets. You know, I think she's at the beginning of that at this particular spot, but she's looking for the exit with Bert. Then you kind of have to change gears to get to the end, because you know he knows somebody with a video camera. And then when he's not forthcoming, then it's like,
Okay.
I take him back out. Just sort of say, okay, I heard it. You know, I've been programmed. Now I'll just go back, get a clean start, and see
Okay.
what shows up.